Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Tackling IT podcast, brought to you by InfoPathways. I'm Ethan Schap, and my co-partner here is,
Thomas Bethune.
and we're just two guys that work at InfoPathways. InfoPathways actually joined into a small business partnership with the Baltimore Ravens, so we decided that we probably should just throw together a podcast. We'll be following the Ravens throughout the NFL season, talking about some NFL games as well, and some other sports topics sprinkle through if we find them exciting. Maybe some college football on a week-to-week basis. And then we'll have some segments that are returning from time to time. But yeah, that's pretty much the outline of the show. What it will be like.
Pretty much it's just going to be two guys who know very little about how actual football works, talking about the Ravens just being Baltimore natives and Maryland natives for our entire lives.
Yeah.
Even though I now live in North Carolina, I still very much am a Baltimore Ravens fan, because being a Panthers fan would just be sad. So just going to stick with the Ravens on that. But anyways,
Yeah.
I'll kick it over to Ethan. Where do you want to start?
Yeah, so with this small business partnership that we have, I actually was invited out to the Ravens training camp before one of their training camp days before the first preseason game. Got to see Zay Flowers right after he signed his contract extension. I was interested in watching our new punter, which we can talk about later after the first preseason game. Andrews is back. Lamar was actually practicing. Huntley looked good. Zay was really engaged with the crowd, which was fun. So it was a good time. Luke actually went 7 for 7 on field goals the day I was there. Didn't go 7 for 7 on the first preseason game, but it was a cool event. Excited to do more of those events. Maybe talk to you guys a little bit about that. But we can get into the first preseason game. I actually went to the game with the intent of watching some players like Jacoby Lane and Vega. So Zion Young. So I was excited to see some of these new rookies get out there. And then really was just more impressed by our defense and the way that Minter was running that defense. Even on a preseason game, I mean, they were playing against Andy Dalton as he started the game for the Eagles. So, he's a very seasoned vet.
At least our offensive line didn't just tee up our quarterback to get smashed like a former Baltimore Ravens head coach had his team doing. But that's neither here nor there. Not salty about that one in the slightest.
Yeah.
Let's just hope Falalala is gone. Thank God.
Oh, he's gone. He's on the Jags now. So now it's Trevor Lawrence's problem, unfortunately. But yeah, no. I mean, I think the big standout was the quarterback play from Joe Fagnon. He went out there, completed 22 out of 28 attempts, had a touchdown. He did have an interception, which was like a forced throw in the red zone. But he bounced right back from that. Yeah.
He's a rookie from UConn who's probably not going to see many reps. And honestly, I don't know if we'll ever see him out on the field, but it would be nice to have a pretty solid backup, especially since Tyler Huntley's pretty much trade bait at this point. Probably won't see Tyler Huntley much longer because there's so many teams that need a quarterback. I mean, I can count top of my head like 3 or 4 teams right now that don't have a good, solid quarterback right now.
I think he wants to be here.
Yeah, Tyler Huntley, I think, likes being here. He tried to go other places. Like I said, my only concern is what we could get in the open market is the Ravens with him. So again, it's really helpful to see that we got a third string quarterback in Joe that really can sit back, and if we need him to be and go in, he can. He seemed very capable, pretty good game manager, and you saw that even at UConn. So
yeah, it was when I went to the training camp, Skylar Thompson was practicing, and I thought that he would be the third string quarterback and who we would see. But I guess with his injury, this guy stepped in, and that's gonna be. From that performance, it's going to be like Scott Thompson has to come back healthy and be ready to go and perform, and he's going to get another chance to perform too. So that's kind of a rough look for Skylar.
I mean, he's going to have to go against that Austin Reed guy that they had in the building for less than 48 hours and runs for a touchdown.
Yeah, no, he looked good.
Very limited runnings with him, but he did look good. He looked comfortable in the pocket. It's hard to get a completion in an NFL game. I mean, heck, we've seen it. Did you see the Browns quarterbacks? They were not having a good time. So, I mean, we got to really count our blessings that we've got some solid quarterbacks sitting back there right now behind Lamar, especially if Lamar needs a breather, needs a sec, or we need to go back and maybe run some of that Heisman offense again where we got a couple quarterbacks in the back there.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think Snoop called our coaching staff last year and was pretty much like, I want to come back. So I think Snoop being our backup is great. And then, you need to have a third string emergency one. So seeing someone that can at least sling it, at least we can see him do it at least once. That sounds good to me. I mean, like, talking about the offense, total yardage, we had 440 total yards to their 158, and we had 31 first downs to their 6. So we haven't talked about the defense yet. We'll get into what the Ravens defense did, but I mean, in terms of offensive production,
We get rushing yards of 142 yards. Yeah, it's a preseason game, but if you watch some of the other games, none of the other teams were really putting up points or moving down the field as easily as we were.
yeah. I mean,
with our backups, we didn't even try to start half of our team.
Yeah, Joe threw for 224 yards and they had 159 total yards.
I'm really not worried about the Ravens. My only concern, again, is always Ravens always look good in the preseason. Our backups are always better than every other team's backups. We're the Ravens. Yeah. We're really good at developing young guys. We're really good at developing the backups. It's whether or not we can show it in a real season. But if this is the kind of suffocating performance that we're going to be used to with Minter there, with defense just absolutely suffocating the other team and offense, all they have to do is pretty much score and not have to take over the game entirely, that would be great.
I mean, that'd be great for Lamar if he has like that. Takes us back to 2023 when we were an AFC Championship team. When we have not only do we have a dynamic quarterback like Lamar Jackson who can make plays and score points, but we have a top of the line defense, which we have not had since 2023.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, you said one talked about the defense. We can get a little bit into it. 159 total yards, and I think the majority of it was on their one scoring drive.
Yeah, which was the last drive of the game.
It was the last drive of the game, and I literally think there was not a single person on the field that was going to play for the Ravens. Any meaningful starting defensive minutes was on that field probably at that point. Yeah. We had a couple of rookies out there
for like one of the plays. I don't really know why, but on the touchdown play,
there was none of our actual defense or backups to the defense was even on the field. That's what it took for them to score. And again, it's a good test in preseason to see how it goes. I'll be interested to see how the Ravens do this week and who they start, because that'll be telling if it's going to be Tyler or if it's going to be Joe, or heck, we might even see some other ones out there. I mean, I don't know if Skylar's healthy or not. I would suggest Tyler's probably got it locked up as second string after the bill of performance he's put out there.
I would really like to see Tyler. I'd be excited to see Tyler.
I do think we carry 3 quarterbacks. Possibility 4. I could see 4, but 3.
You're allowed to carry 3 with the emergency quarterback. Like NFL, like you have to carry 3 pretty much.
Yeah, but again, we might end up with 4. There are teams that do. But it's also going to depend. Do we really need 4? Do we need more running backs at that point?
I think we'll just probably put either Skyler or that Reed guy on the practice squad and call it a day, and then call him off if someone gets hurt. I mean, talking about Minter. So Minter called the plays. He on
did he call the offense too, or just the defense?
Just defense.
Who's calling our offense? Is it the O coordinator, or do we have like the passing game coordinator calling it?
I believe it's the O coordinator. But that's definitely something we can look into and or honestly can look for. And I won't be at the next preseason games in Minnesota, so I'm actually kind of excited to watch it on TV because you actually get some insight of what's going on and the coaching staff and everything, especially with this new coaching regime coming in. But I mean, the Eagles went 0 for 9 on third down conversions. Didn't get a single first down on third down. So
that's ridiculous.
I mean, they only got 9 third downs either, which is kind of insane. When we had, I guess we had 11, but we had 31 first downs, so there's 6. Time possession, we had the ball for 41 minutes and 17 seconds. They had it for 18 minutes and 43 seconds. I mean, I was at the game, like, it kind of felt like that. I don't even really remember the Eagles being on offense. They were just never on the field. It was just 3 and out, punt, and then we have a 7-minute drive. Now, to talk about our first 2 drives, of the game,
it looks slow. Very sloppy.
I mean, looks slow. Offense looks slow. I mean, Lamar's not playing in the preseason, or at least that's been announced as of now, which means that our week 1 first half will probably be a slow game. Like, that's just normally how we go, especially with the new coach stuff. So I understand not playing Lamar in the preseason, but it's also like that's gonna hinder game 1, like season 1, game 1. But first drive goes down to a loop, missed 49-yard field goal, followed up by the next drive is another punt. Our rookie punter from Michigan State, Eckley, drops a 27-yard punt. So we're normally pretty spoiled fan base and organization with special teams. Now since Sam Cook's been gone, since what's our punter's name that just left for the Giants?
Oh, I don't even know. Once they leave, I kind of forget their names.
I can pull him up real
Sounds
quick.
absolutely
Penn
terrible.
State. He was bad at first, and then he become good. And then obviously with Justin Tucker leaving, like we're in a new age Georgetown.
We
with
need to
Georgetown
figure
leaving.
out some kicking because I would rather us not get to the end of the season again. Let's say we're in Pittsburgh country again, end of the season, and comes down to our offense putting a miracle together to get us within field goal range, and we just miss a chip shot.
Yeah. This year, week 7, last week of the year is against the Steelers at home. So
yeah. So again, we can't have that happen again. Yeah. First of all, we should never be put ourselves in that situation as the Ravens. But if we do, we need to rely that we actually have a kicker to do that. And to be honest with you, I think we should be looking for a new one because Tyler Loop is obviously not the answer. He's missing kicks in preseason. Like that's where it becomes kind of an issue. Like
he's been perfect at practice at training camp, which is just like, all right. So then does he have like the yips or something? Because he did make one. He did make his next one later in the game. And I will give Eckley credit. The next drive he punted again. He had a 40-yard punt that was fair caught on the 10. So I'll shout out the good with the bad. But your first punt in I guess the NFL is a 27-yard boot out of bounds. That is not what you're looking for. He just shanked it right out of bounds. So yeah. That's my thoughts mainly on the game itself. Jacoby Lane scored a touchdown. He's been the big name to talk about. Interested to see. I've been watching going into next week. I've been watching a lot of. They had a joint practice with the Vikings, so I was watching Bateman run some routes. Jacoby Lane beat one of the rookie corners.
Of draft hits, Jacoby Lane.
Yeah.
Absolute smash of a draft pick hit.
Well, we got to see. He hasn't played a game. Like he hasn't played a real game yet.
I was a fan of him in college, so I don't really care. But again,
him with Kai Lemon on USC.
Yeah, I always thought he was really good. Again, that's me being an Oregon Ducks fan, so I've watched him be a problem. Again, since Oregon and USC's got that little bit of that rivalry going, but. Being a Big Ten fan, being someone who supports and watches the Big Ten, I know those receivers are built different. We needed a strong threat of a wide receiver to go down the middle and catch the balls in the middle. Because he's a big guy. He's not small.
Yeah, he's big.
He's huge. We needed a receiver like that, especially with Isaiah Likely now on the Giants. We needed someone in the middle of the field that's going to be a threat.
I agree
because I love Zay. He's great. Zay's good for those small, quick slants and those out routes and those deep routes, but he needs to make it to the end of the season. We can't have him hurt 4 weeks in because we're throwing 15-yard routes across the middle.
Well, Zay's also had a little bit of a fumbling problem too. Yeah, Zay's also had a little bit of a fumbling problem, which
again, we need him to not be taking hits. He needs to be out in the field doing what he's good at. Jacoby Lane, complete opposite. He's speedy. He's very large, and his hands are massive. I got an opportunity to see him. Hands are massive. That man can catch anything. So I'm curious to see what he'll do, but I also am of the belief that the Ravens should run the ball 45 times a game and only throw the ball like 10 or 15. And I firmly will believe that until it's proven otherwise that we lose a game that way.
Yeah, we got Doyle as the new offensive coordinator from the Bears, and Caleb Wilson slinging the ball around a little bit last year, but he also didn't have Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson to utilize in the run game. So no, that should be interesting. I mean, when our offense was clicking the best, we're a run team that if we can let Lamar Jackson play off a play action, which has been severely underutilized in
He's the most accurate passer in the history of the NFL. So let's be honest here. He is the most accurate passer in the NFL. If not, I think he has the highest QBR ever. At least currently he does still. So if we're going to let him be doing play action, building off of things where players are going to be even more open, can you imagine the damage he's going to do? I mean, just remember 2023. What did he have? Damn near a perfect QBR the whole entire season?
No, he had like 7 interceptions, and like 4 or 5 of them were off receivers' hands. So it's like,
So again, if we don't have a catching problem like we've had in the past, I think we're going to be in a good spot. I'm not really worried as much about the offense. My concern right now is going to be, is Minter going to make our defense play to the Ravens standards? Because Ravens been known forever and ever. We're in the AFC North. We're in the most dominant, the most brutal division in all of the NFL. Our defense should be brutal. Past couple of years, I'm afraid every time our defense goes on the field. I don't know what they're going to do, especially last year. Heck, what we gave up, what was it? Almost a 27-point comeback to the Bills to start the season.
Yeah.
Because our defense just forgot how to play defense in the second half. Like, our defense used to be, you'd think all the way back, it starts all the way back with Ray Lewis. You've got Terrell Suggs, Ed Reed at one place. And then we've had them forever till about 2013. Then we got in, we're working our way through things, but we haven't had that dominant defense in probably 8 or 9 years. Yeah, we've had the number one defense before. That's not hard to do. The NFL is now passing high-scoring offenses. The Ravens need to go back to, we don't give up more than 10 points a game. That's how we're going to win some football games, strangling teams. I mean, that's what we really need. Because when it comes to the playoffs, defense is what wins you the Super Bowl, not awesome offense. It's keeping teams to less and less points because it is hard to score when it gets to the end of the season. It's really hard to score.
Yeah.
It's really hard.
That's what the Seahawks did last year. Is that like Sam Darnold was lighting, I mean, he was playing great, but it's not like he was lighting the world on fire. Like, I mean, he had JSN, who's amazing, but that defense is the reason why they were there, and that's the reason why they won.
I mean, look at it. The Rams had probably one of the most historic offenses in history last year. Did they win the Super Bowl? No. They didn't. So, again, I don't think historic offense is going to get us there. That's why I'm so happy we brought in Minter. We're going to go defensively. We're going back to what we're good at, which is defense. We should be the team that you were afraid to come play because you don't know what you're going to see. You don't know what kind of hits you're going to take, what kind of thing you're going to hit. And I think we're there. I mean, you've got Hamilton in the back. I think up front we've got, I'm not even sure what our D-line's looking like.
We got Matabike and Hendrickson. Like,
both.
We have Zion Young. He's a second-round pick. We have Mike Green, a second-round pick. Like, these are young guys. Minter.
Mike Green, I think Mike Green's on pace for at least a 6 or 7 sack year this year. I don't know why I have that feeling. He was a monster. He was a monster in college. Yet last year, getting his feet wet. He had a little bit of some injury problems here and there, but I do think he's going to be good.
I mean, Oweh went to the Chargers with 0 sacks and ended the year with like 7 or it was like 7 to 9 sacks with Minter.
I think a lot of our problem, and I think most of our problem last year was we weren't getting creative on defense. The Ravens were known for blitzing every play. Every play is a blitz of some kind. You're constantly under pressure when you play Ravens. I don't know why we went away from that the past 2 years, but I want that back. And I think that's what Minter's going to do because if you watch the Chargers last year, that's all they did.
Yeah, well, he's actually interesting. He finds ways to get pressure without actually blitzing. So he'll stagger a blitz, like he'll have his 4 down linemen, and he'll stagger 2 of them. And instead of, everyone rushing right off the rip, he'll have 2 guys pull over and attack one position. So he'll have 2 guys focus on the left tackle.
Yeah, so he does a lot of stunts.
Stunts, and then he also hides coverages all the time. Like every coverage, what you were shown before snap is normally not the coverage. I was watching this little breakdown video on YouTube 2 nights ago, and it was just going over Chargers tape. And I mean, the coverages were like, you think the quarterback thinks it's going to be zone, but half the team's playing, one side's playing zone, other side's playing man with a safety on top. Like he's disguising something all the time, and he won't show you the same look again. So, really, I mean, I'm just excited to see it. We saw a little glimpse of it with, offensive numbers are normally typically a little down in preseason because it's, backups of the NFL. But couldn't be more happy with a brand new looking defense. What we saw, especially when like players like Hamilton and Roquan aren't playing. So
I mean, we're not even playing a third of what our team could be capable of playing, and that's a Ravens thing. We've always been known to not really necessarily play our entire team during the preseason, but yet still dominate it. Again, it's going to be, can the offensive line hold up? And are we going to be the defense that can keep us in games? And I think right now I'm feeling very confident with a new coach, a new strategy, new team for the most part, in a lot of places. I think we can really pull some things out. But again, it's going to be how we start and how we finish. And preseason's still early, so we still got some cuts to make. There's still a lot of things that could happen. A lot of injuries that could happen. I mean, I think I just saw this past week, there's already been 3 or 4 season-ending injuries across the NFL. So we want to be careful with our players. I think it's just been this week, literally just the 4 days this week. There's been at least 4 confirmed season endings. But again, we got to be very careful with our team. I think we're in a good spot, just like you would any other team. But again, if we go back to this ridiculous stat line from this preseason game, I mean, 0 for 9 on third downs is utterly, like, that's astronomical for an NFL game, any NFL game. We didn't have a lot of sacks, which I kind of want to see more, especially when we're going against these. We're supposed to be messing with rookie QBs and QBs who may not know coverages that well, but the Eagles are always historically known for not getting sacked that often. So it's probably not that bad. But also 76-40 total plays. That's eating the clock. This game was closer on the scoreline at the score it was than it really was. So 24-7 does not show. This game more felt like a 42-6.
I mean, this game was 24-0 with like 2 minutes left or minute 17 left. And then it was also, our offense started slow. We weren't scoring. No one was doing anything the first half, really. Like, it was just missed field goals and punts in the first half.
And I'm not going to lie, the first half did make me a little annoyed to watch because I'm like, what are we doing? Yeah. We have better backups. We have better places. This shouldn't be a concern.
Yeah, actually, Adam Randall is a running back that we drafted from Clemson, and then Elijah Tolliver was playing the first half, and he actually impressed me a little bit more. His average yards per carry is a little bit higher with 10 carries for 42 yards. To Adam Randall's 12 carries for 46, so that's a 4.2 to 3.8. But Randall did score a touchdown, and he ran a little bit better later in the game, but that was against more and more backups. Like, I actually was more impressed with Elijah Tolliver a little bit more than Adam Randall. So I'm excited to see how that goes because Adam Randall is built. He's the same exact build as Derrick Henry. He's 6'3", but he's 10 pounds lighter. He's huge. So, like, obviously you see the vision, and I'm excited to see him play. But
tore apart the ACC. Yeah. Like, he ran all over the ACC. He's not the fastest guy. You can even, if you watch the games, he's not probably the most talented runner either. He's just a big dude.
You're that big, you can be effective.
He can be extremely effective, especially in the Ravens offense where a lot of it is just downhill running. Yeah. Which is what it's going to be. Like I said, I'm a little concerned about where we are within our depth for receiver. We got Jacoby Lane, we got Zay Flowers. Bateman, I'm still not entirely sure what we're doing with.
Bateman looks good, but he always looks good. So
he disappears too much in the regular season.
He just gets hurt. Yeah.
He goes games and games at a time where there's not a single catch. Yeah. Like, we're not even sure if there's been a target sometimes. Yeah. I get it. He's a great blocker. I've heard he's a phenomenal blocker. Yeah. But like,
we need some
catch some things from time to time. He is a receiver. He does need to catch the ball.
Yeah. I was a little bit more worried about our tight end depth, but the Matthew Hibner guy had 5 catches, 61 yards. One of them was from Huntley, which is a beautiful play action throw down the sideline from SMU. He looked good. And we obviously know Andrews. Andrews is a little confusing because I don't know what you make of Andrews' last 2 years. Is very interesting.
I'm not sure why we opted. I get it. We got rid of Likely. I get it. We let him go. I would have rather seen Andrews gone, mainly because we could have probably gotten, like, there could have been some decent pricing for that. And Isaiah Likely is probably arguably one of the best young tight ends in the NFL.
Yeah, I feel like we never really used him properly.
He's a great blocker. He's phenomenal catching.
He catches everything.
Extremely fast. He's basically a gigantic wide receiver.
Yeah.
I think he was kind of similar to like a Kelsey for us, more than Mark Andrews really is. But we kept Mark. Mark knows the offense. He is a veteran. He's a leader. He's going to bounce back this year. I think he's going to have a huge year this year because it is Lamar's favorite target. Let's be completely honest. He is Lamar's favorite target.
Same draft just class. Like they've been here the whole time. So I agree with you there.
Now, I do think Bateman needs to watch out because I think Tez might be a problem for him.
He's a target.
Tez Walker. I'm just throwing that out there. Really good returner. Really good out wide receiver, and he's fast. Last year, I can only count so many times where I'm like, I look and go, oh, where'd he come from? So
his first 3 catches were touchdowns, I think, last year. Yeah,
like he is ridiculously fast. He gets open. Only problem he had at the beginning of the year was some drops.
Yeah.
He wasn't a natural catcher.
He's also a guy that's getting maybe a target or two a game. Like he's not a focal point at all.
I do think he could become a secret absolute maniac to deal with if you've got Jacoby Lane in the middle. You got Zay Flowers, so you're going to have to double almost every one because he's going to burn a one-on-one coverage. It leaves Bateman, who's not that fast, and also I'm a little concerned about his wanting to catch the ball or get open sometimes.
Now his route running is like the best in the league. It's just
for some reason that's why I don't understand why he's not open. Like why we don't throw him the ball. If he's that good at route running, which I've always been told, I've always heard, you've told me that on ad nauseum. But Tez is just fast.
Yeah.
Tez is one of the fastest humans on the
field.
Speed
kills.
Time.
Speed does kill. So
I didn't really see a lot of any other ones. I'm a little concerned with Adam Randall's receiving ability. Just literally like the king. I mean, no offense, Derrick Henry is also not the greatest receiving back.
Yeah. Derrick Henry had his best receiving year last year, but he is like the opposite of a receiving back.
It's awkward to watch. It's hard to watch.
He's worked on it, though. You can tell he's worked on it, but yeah, that's not what he's
I'm concerned we don't have a receiving back currently.
Well, you have Justice Hill. I guess that's your receiving back.
But
yeah, I know.
It's nothing against Justice. He's a great player. He's been around forever for us. But he's been getting kind of hurt recently and having problems.
Well, we got rid of Keaton Mitchell. That would have been our receiving back. But
and like you said, we're in a spot right now where we don't have that shifty throw screen route to them. Like Derrick Henry and Adam Randall need time to speed up. That's why downhill running is perfect for them. Yeah. Them going side to side is not helpful at all.
I did see that we did work some screen plays into our offense. Both were very effective. There was a tight end screen and a Randall running back screen in the first half. So, and both led the first downs. So I'm interested to see if obviously, I'm sure the Ravens in past seasons run screen plays, but if Doyle can find a way to just make easy reads, easy throws, easy plays to get 5-6 yard chunks, that makes it so much easier on Lamar. He doesn't have to. I feel like a lot of the problems with our offense is just be like, okay, it's 3rd and long, Lamar, figure it out. Lamar make a play.
It's literally going to be like,
game. That's not even win game.
It's 3rd and 13. Sorry, we ran the ball 2 times in a row. We lost negative yards because we either fumbled. We've messed up a handoff. We messed up the snap. And Lamar, can you go please get a first down for us really quickly?
And we had a false start. Yeah.
We've got to understand I get it. Lamar's one of the most athletic quarterbacks, one of the fastest humans in the NFL. We can't rely on Lamar's legs at all times. We do need to get him out of the pocket because he's probably also the most accurate on the run throw quarterback there is in the NFL currently, besides also the most accurate quarterback in the NFL. So if we can get him to where he's able to throw the ball with some comfort and not move around him, if we remember, he was a pocket passer at Louisville. He was not an option quarterback, which is how we treated him for the first half of his career. He's a pocket passer naturally. That's what he is. We keep him in the pocket, and if we can get him outside the pocket from time to time for those play action on the run throws, he's going to be great. But we don't need to rely on his legs as much. We need to rely on the fact that he can flick the ball like 85 yards.
Yeah, if it's needed and it's like end of the game and we need something big, I want Lamar Jackson. But we don't have to put every drive on Lamar Jackson. We don't have to put every single game on Lamar Jackson. Let's get him an actual coordinator that knows what he's doing. And this is Doyle's first year being a coordinator, so we'll see what's going on. From everything I've seen, it's been great. Everything sounds great, but let's see what happens in Indianapolis. I can't wait. We're looking at what? 3 weeks away, 2 weeks away?
We were 2 weeks away. Indianapolis, who I don't even know what they're going to do. It looks like it's an all-for-nothing year for them. That's the one thing we can be comforted. We did not break the bank so far, really, on our team. Yes, we've spent a lot of money, but we haven't really broke the bank. A lot of teams are going all out this year, and I think we've got the best chance out of any of them to really go far. We are by far probably one of the most dangerous teams. We are. The only team that's really in our way in the AFC North right now that I foresee is the Steelers, which is the old adage.
And they have the same question marks. They have a whole new coaching staff.
Yeah, they don't know what's going on. Ravens and Steelers both have the best rosters in the AFC North. They have the best rosters in the AFC North.
Yeah.
All right. They have
people are going to say
amazing quarterback.
Amazing
quarterback. So do the Ravens. Both have amazing quarterbacks. Both have a pretty good run game. Like, we're in a really similar positions between the two teams. New coaching staffs, a lot of question marks in special teams for both teams. Like, they are.
Hey, Boswell. Boswell's good.
Boswell's good, but he's also getting up there, and did not have a career year last year.
No, last year was not his best year.
So again, like, we both got some question marks in places, but Steelers are really our only one. I don't know if you had the opportunity to watch the Bengals game like I did, Ethan.
I know,
but
that
they had their
offense
starters
struggled.
they had their starters in for like the first half of the game,
and
they could barely move the ball
right?
against the backup Lions.
Yeah, no, I did. I saw pieces of that, and I heard about it, which is pretty rough.
Joe Burrow was sacked like 2 or 3 times in that first half.
Yeah.
They don't have an offensive line. Yes, they have the best receivers. They have the best quarterback, probably that throwing the ball yardage per game, probably in the NFL. He's probably.
I mean, yeah, he has Chase and Higgins to throw the ball to.
Yeah, he literally is cheat code. Yeah. He's not the best quarterback in AFC North because that's Lamar, but he is the best suited to have the most yardage and look the best. Like, let's be honest with you. Like, so, but again, they have no O-line. Their defense is terrible. Like, it's absolutely awful. So I'm not really worried about them. And then the Browns is a comedy of errors. We don't even know. Deshaun Watson, it looks like it's going to be the starting quarterback.
Yeah.
Come week 1, because Shador is.
Not playing
we'll go with that. I don't know what he's doing. I watched him throw the ball to the other team. Try to, actually.
Yeah.
Shador's still young. Question marks on whether the coaching staff at the Browns actually know what they're talking about or doing. But again, that's the same every year. It's the Browns.
It's been the Browns forever.
It's the.
I like Stefanski. I don't know.
But I'm interested to see what they do. Stefanski also screwed over Shador a lot last year with some of the play calls towards the end of games that they could have won. But if they start Deshaun Watson, he even said himself to post-game report, not in football shape. He's not in football shape still. He's not ready to play yet. But they're paying him a lot of money. They don't have a lot of great talent everywhere else surrounding him. So I'll be interested to see what happens. The Browns are kind of a non-starter. I don't think
they have Todd Monkton. Stefanski's with the Falcons. Yeah. They have Todd Monkton now, which is funny because he's at a ton of clips. Yeah.
Yeah, like it doesn't look good. So I'm not really worried about that. I will say, though, I am extremely worried about the Steelers because just like the Ravens, there's a lot of unknowns, and they could be very, very good. And it does not help that all 3 of their backup quarterbacks played at all-pro levels in their first preseason games. I think they had, 4 incompletions total?
The Steelers? I know they scored a lot. I mean, they have Will Howard. They have Drew Aller.
Yeah, they have
obviously Rodgers. I heard that they might. I don't think anyone should carry 4 quarterbacks. I think that's a waste of your roster.
They're going to. They might have to.
I think there's a chance they will, but I hope they do. I hope they lose a special teams roster spot.
I mean that'd be good.
And they have Rudolph. Yeah, Drew Aller, Will Howard, Mason Rudolph, Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, we're absolutely stacked QB room, especially for the AFC.
I don't like Drew Aller at all, but
Drew Aller also threw for 167 yards and 3 touchdowns or whatever he threw for in a preseason game. That's hard to do in any game. Let's just clarify that. But like I said, I think we're overall in good shape after this week. We are moving on to the Vikings this weekend with their terrible QB situation. Go play 9. Go play 9.
What's it called? They announced yesterday Kyler Murray is going to be their week 1 starter.
Yeah, no. So they announced it. Then they're like, no, wait, never mind. And then they're fully announced it now. It's Kyler Murray.
I'm excited. I'm interested to see, is Kyler Murray playing? Did he play in the last preseason game? I don't even know.
No, but the second preseason game is always a dress rehearsal for the first game of the season.
Yeah.
It usually is. It used to be back when it was 4. First game would be no starters. Second game would be 1 or 2 drives. Third game is half the game. First drive of the right after halftime. And that 4th game is for all those guys on the bubble trying to get a job, and it's all backups because you're too close to the season to have players playing.
Can I read you some stats from the Vikings last game? Yeah,
I'm ready.
So Kyler Murray had 2 completions on 3 attempts for 10 yards, so he did play.
So 1 guy.
J.J. McCarthy had 4 completions on 7 attempts for 34 yards. And
So
you want to know who played the
go ahead.
majority of their game, had 14 attempts and completed 9, 81 yards passing and a touchdown? Can you get? I didn't know he was here.
Oh, Brissett. It's not
Same,
Brissett.
no, same draft class as Dak Prescott, if that helps you out at all. And was in his division
really.
for a long time. Carson Wentz is on the Vikings. And
Oh my
played,
God.
And
Carson
played most
Wentz
of the preseason game.
rearing his ugly head again. Okay. All right.
So,
Carson.
Is that their third quarterback?
So, but again, that's not a lot of attempts. So I'm wondering, are they running heavy, I guess? They might be going to a run-heavy offense. I mean, they do have that monster of an O-line. But I think it'll be a good test, especially if we have our starters play their starters. They have a really good defense, not a great offense. So I don't think Minter's defense is going to be challenged all that much. It would be nice if Kyler plays, it would be nice to go against a mobile quarterback, see how they do. But I also don't see Minter starting any of our defensive stars for any meaningful amounts of time for it to matter.
Yeah, I think you just get the young guy. You get Mike Green and Zion Young out there. And
I think he's like Mike. I literally do think you let Mike Green chase him around, see what he does. Yeah. Who knows? Maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe the Vikings will get lucky and Call of Duty doesn't push an update, so Kyler Murray actually plays normal this season. That's just how he works.
All right, cool. That game's at 1 on Saturday. So
yeah, I'm really looking forward to watching. I'll be interested to see what we do. Again, it's still too early to tell a lot of things with the Ravens, but as the season goes on, there's going to be a lot to talk about because I think it's going to be a big year for us, hopefully going all the way until we hoist that nice, shiny metal football up in the air so that I can go to a Ravens parade because I'd really like to go to one because last time we had one, I wasn't really old enough for it to go well.
Yeah. I remember watching it at my elementary school on a little rollout TV. I don't know why I wasn't there. I don't know why my parents, but I don't know why we didn't go. But that's why I remember.
My parents went and left me at school. So, they actually just went. They just decided it was better for them to just go. But yeah, I think that's good when it comes to that. So that's probably all we got Ravens-wise. But we do have a fun little segment we're going to do every week. So we are an IT company. So, of course, it wouldn't be a podcast without talking a little IT. But this isn't going to be really IT. My father, who's the person who started the company, Tom Bethune, who also happens to be a whiz when it comes to creating AI agents and LLMs, has decided to make an NFL predictor. He has tried his hand at making an AI that predicts NFL games, the betting lines, and what you should do. So each week, Ethan and I, we're going to keep track. We didn't do the first week because we didn't get to it quick enough, but this week we're going to do. But we're going to try to pick against the AI. I'm going to first go through we're going to go game by game, and we're going to go. Ethan's going to jot down what our picks are. This is the over-unders and the lines currently as they are on the book. I believe it's based off of DraftKings. But again, we're not experts. Don't trust us that much when it comes to it. Don't trust the AI that much. This is all just for fun. If you want to follow along and see how you do against it, or heaven forbid you do want to play some money on it, maybe it's something we can get to later in the season where we see week 1, I'll put in a set amount of money and see how much the AI can make by the end. Like I said, it's going to be interesting to see how it goes. I'm hopeful that we're going to do really well picking against this. For those of you who don't know, I have dabbled in sports betting from time to time. I am decent at it. I am overall positive when it comes to it. So, as I'd like to say, this agent does have its work cut out for it because I'm pretty damn good and I'm pretty good at the NFL. And I'm always going to pick the Ravens even when I probably shouldn't. That's my one crutch. And I never pick the Browns. I don't know if you can tell that, but I will refuse. But so I just sent over Ethan the list of the games. So he has it. I have it in a little bit of a better plan. Each week we'll post at the beginning and show you how we did all of those things. But let's start with the first matchup, Ethan. Just because it'd be easier that way. So first matchup that it came up with is Jets versus Jets, who are at the Steelers. Friday. It's Friday night. So it's going to be 7 p.m., 8:21. We're skipping the stuff tonight because I think we're skipping Thursdays because it's going to be too late by the time this gets released. So we'll just do this one. We'll start with Fridays and we'll work our way out as we get it. So Friday, 8:21, 7 o'clock, Jets at Steelers. The spread is Jets -1.5. So slight favorites on the Jets right now in the line.
Yep.
And then we got the over-under set at 36.5. The AI, would you like to go first? And I'll tell you what the AI picked, and I'll tell you what lines he went with, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, you said Jets at Steelers. Jets are -1.5. I will take the Steelers with points all day. That seems
I don't even know if the Jets actually have backups or if it's just their starters.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I really do think that it's just. I'm gonna take myself personally, Steelers +1.5 because all of their backup quarterbacks played at an All-Pro level. I think they're going to pick apart the depleted Jets, who their starting quarterback is Geno Smith, who on any other team would be the starting quarterback in the second or third preseason game. As their starting quarterback. Nothing against Geno. Geno, maybe you'll have a bounce back year being their starter, but I just don't see it. So I'm actually going to take the Jets, not the Jets, but Steelers points. So +1.5 on the Steelers. If I'm going to get +1.5, I'm going to take it. And then I'm actually going to stay away from the over/under because I do have a feeling that this game could get out of hand quick.
Now, let's just do the spread this game, for this.
Yeah, that works for me. So now, what did the AI pick for that? So the AI picked the Steelers with very low confidence because it said both teams don't really know what's going on in this preseason game, and the Jets being so bad, they're going to be very unpredictable. So it took the Steelers getting the points at home as well. So we're all aligned here with the AI. So that's a good start for the AI, I'd like to think. I don't know about you. Next game. Next game is I'm gonna have to make sure I don't say anything too bad because I am in Panthers country. But we got the Panthers that are going to Jacksonville to go play the Jags. It's gonna be tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. The Panthers are favored at 1.5 points, so they're getting a 1.5. They're giving a 1.5, and then the Jaguars they're getting a 1.5. So who are you taking, Panthers or Jaguars? Mind you, the Jaguars looked really, really bad with their starters last game, their first half, and their backups did very well coming back against the Saints, but it is the Saints.
Yeah, I want to take the Jaguars, but I'll go my pick will be the Panthers. I'll take the Panthers.
You take the Panthers -1.5, or you just take the Panthers money line on this? Panthers to win.
-1.5.
You take the points. So I'm also going to take the Panthers with the points. Me and Ethan will stray, I promise you, eventually, which is great minds think alike. I think the Panthers have a better backup scene. It's unclear whether Haynes King is going to play or not, though. So that will depend on why I might lean towards Jaguars. So I'm going to go with Panthers, thinking along the lines of that they got a better backup situation, and Bryce Young's probably going to play in the first half. I think they're going to get a good lead because Jaguars defense isn't quite that good. And I don't see they're going to leave Trevor Lawrence on the field very long. Former MVP candidate, they're not going to do that. Now the AI has gone the opposite. They took Jaguars getting the points at home because they believe Jaguars have got more depth at quarterback, which is, if Haynes King is hurt, that is true. Who even is the Panthers' backup quarterback without Haynes King if he's not playing?
I'm trying to think. I watched the
he's the third string quarterback. He's not even the second string.
Yeah, I watched the first game. I'm trying to think who played other than Haynes King in that Cardinals game. Let me look it up real quick. Keep going.
See what you come up with because I'm kind of curious. But yeah, AI picked the Jaguars with the points. Both of us took the Panthers. So move on to the third game that's on Friday at 9:00 at night, pulling up the back end. We've got Broncos are staying at home with the Packers coming to see them. Now, the line on this is one of the largest lines I've seen in a preseason game actually ever. It's 5.5 points. Broncos are favored by 5.5 points. So for those of you at home that don't know, that means the Broncos, their 10 are going to win by 6 or more points. In a preseason game, that's utterly ridiculous. So that really does not bode well for the Packers. And honestly, I can't blame them. They've got Jordan Love at QB. They don't really have much after that. They just paid Jordan Love an obscene amount of money. He's like one of the first or third highest paid players in the NFL currently. Yeah. They're not going to play him. There's no way Jordan Love plays meaningful minutes in this game. I don't know if the Packers actually have a backup that's going to be worth it, nor do I think the Packers are all that good. None of their actual players are going to play. I think they're going to be great in the regular season. I think they're going to be terrible today. And the Broncos, I think the Broncos are so fed up with how their season lost last year that they're just going to demolish everything in their path that they possibly can, preseason or otherwise. So I don't know if you guys understand where I'm aligning here, but I'm taking the Broncos and I'm taking them -5.5. Just because.
I mean,
just don't see
the Packers look really bad. They looked really bad against the Steelers.
Yeah, they did.
Lost 9-28. Because I almost want to just go Packers just because of the points, but
there is that logic that is kind of sitting in my head. I'm taking Broncos -5.5, but I'm starting to talk myself out of this, and I think I'm actually going to take the Packers +184 money line on this. I'm going to take the Packers, mainly because no team in theory should ever be this much of an underdog in an NFL preseason game, and there's no way the Packers lose that badly. So, but I'm going to take the Packers to win, actually. Ethan, what are you going with?
I'll take the Broncos to cover.
You think they're going to cover? That's a good one. So Broncos -5.5 for you. The AI agrees with you, Ethan.
Okay.
Now I'm looking at it. It has confidence of extremely high that this is going to cover. So the AI actually said this is its highest confidence play it has.
Wow.
It believes this is the highest thing that it's going to happen. So that doesn't make me feel all warm and funny. Now we're gonna move on to the next game, which is Commanders traveling to Detroit, Michigan, to play the Lions on Saturday at 12. Lions are favored by 2.5 currently. So we got 2.5 plus, and then you got. So that's not bad. Commanders +130, Lions -154 in the money line. I'm going to take the Lions.
Yep.
Other than the only fact of, I think the Lions looked pretty good at the end of the game last week. They played mostly the Bengals starters. The Commanders aren't going to play a lot of their starters. There's no point to it. And the Lions also have Altmaier at quarterback. And Altmaier was an insane quarterback in college, pretty good quarterback now. I think he's going to be someone who's going to take the mantle from Jared Goff eventually. I do think he's the future for the Lions. So I'm going to take the Lions -2.5 and Altmaier to play probably 75% of the snaps. What about you?
I'm going to also go with the Lions. I think the way that their backup defense played makes me pick them. So, I mean, if they can play against the Bengals offense and contain that in the preseason, I'll pick them to cover 2.5 against the Commanders at home. So, yeah.
So the AI agrees with us. It's got low confidence, but the AI does also agree with us. Lions -2.5. So, next game, and we're getting down here quick, so we'll start getting through these. Next game is going to be Falcons going to the Colts. This one's a pretty simple one to me. So the line is the Colts -3.5.
Okay.
I'm taking the Colts -3.5, because the Falcons don't have a quarterback.
Yeah. I wanted to go against you on
They don't even
these
have backup
just for fun,
quarterbacks.
but I don't want to touch that right now.
The Colts
I don't
have
want to touch Penix or
four
Tua.
solid quarterbacks and a decent run game and a decent defense. And the Colts are going to play a lot of their players. They've already proven they're going to. I'm taking Colts -3.5. Are you going with me on that?
I am. I wanted to go against you, but I don't want to sign on to Tua or Penix right now. So
no, especially with Penix hurt, it's just basically Tua with the backup of whoever poor person they found out of the stadium that they volunteered before the game to come out there and play. And the AI does agree with us. Colts -3.5 as well. Bills going to the Browns at 1:00 on Saturday. Line is Browns -2.5. They played Josh Allen a lot in that first preseason game. He looked pretty good. A lot more than I thought they would. I just think Josh Allen was going to get the Lamar Jackson treatment and just or Matt Stafford treatment, just sit back, not do a whole lot.
Yeah.
I'm leaning towards taking the Browns, even though the Bills have no business being underdogs.
Yeah.
I don't see the Bills trying to win that game, and the Browns are going to figure out their quarterback situation some way, somehow. And that means they're going to start 2 quarterbacks who have starting experience. And if Deshaun Watson even gives a third of what he's capable of at his height of his career, they're going to win that game. And Shedeur, I don't think he's going to give the ball away too much. I think he's actually going to be pretty good with it. So I'm actually going to take the Browns -2.5. Go with the favorite here. They're at home. I think that'll be good. Preseason is their Super Bowl. So you going Browns too?
No, I think the Bills. I'll go against
the Bills. Yeah, that makes sense. The AI agrees with you. It also took the Bills. So it's just me against both of you on that one. We'll figure it out. And then, of course, we'll do that game last. We'll do our picks for the Ravens game last. But we'll go through the next one. So next game is going to be Saints at the Rams, 4:00. Line is Saints -2.5. I'm going to take the Saints.
Okay.
Rams don't need to play any of their superstars. Yeah. Yes, they have Ty Simpson back there who is slinging it. He is slinging it, and he's very good. But I also don't think they're going to play Ty Simpson. They're going to play Ty Simpson a lot. So I could see the Rams coming in there and absolutely smoking them. But the Saints got a lot to prove. Tyler Schap needs to play. They need to play. They don't have a choice. They need to play all of their guys. They're too young of a team. They don't know where anything is yet. They're going to have to put most of their starters in most of this game to figure stuff out before the regular season. I don't know about you, but that's where I'm going. That's why I'm going to take Saints -2.5.
Zach Wilson was playing in their last preseason game. Who did the Rams play? Rams were playing Ty Simpson, Stetson Bennett. I'll take the Rams. I'll go against it again.
Yeah, and the AI is agreeing with you going Rams. Basically because it's a home dog with value.
Yeah.
Next one, Giants at the Dolphins. This is an interesting one. The line is Giants -3.5.
Giants.
I'm going to take the Dolphins.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take the Dolphins too, even though I don't.
Dolphins at home +3.5.
Oh, we got Giants, Dolphins. That is.
It's a ridiculous preseason game. I think that's I think the Giants are a little scared with Jackson Dart. He took a lot of big hits last week.
Yeah.
We actually do know the Giants coach pretty well, and we kind of know what he does in the preseason when quarterbacks take too many hits and how he treats some of his team towards the end of it. He also kind of looks like a shell of his former self. I can't imagine who the coach of that Giants team would be.
Well, he also wins preseason games, though.
Yeah, he does not lose preseason games. He's lost 2 total in his career, maybe?
Well, he just lost last week, but
yeah. So I'm starting to think he's not. That's the Ravens thing and not a John Harbaugh thing. But I'm still taking the Dolphins. I'm still butthurt about John Harbaugh. That may be an ego pick, but I'm going to take the Dolphins, and I'm going to take. I'm not going to take their money line. Take their points as well as their money line to win that game. The AI agrees with us. It took the Dolphins because it's another home dog, and I kind of agree with them. So let's move on to our next game. Bears go. So the Bears go into the Bengals.
Okay.
So Bears are -2.5. So they're slight favorites. I'm gonna take the Bengals at home.
I will take the Bears.
Only reason I'm gonna take I know the Bears absolutely demolished.
It's the Browns though.
Yeah, but it's the Browns.
The Browns.
The Bengals have to start their team, and they do have the gunslinger at quarterback, Joe Flacco, who's going to be playing a lot of reps. I will never go against Joe Flacco. That's just not my roots. I'm a Baltimore citizen for a reason. I will never go against Joe Flacco. And Joe Burrow's going to have to play a lot. I think they're going to have Jamar and T. Higgins are both going to play in this game. Plus, a buddy of ours, me and Ethan from high school, is a receiver who gets plenty of minutes during these preseason games. And Jordan Moore, if you're out there and you end up seeing this, just know I'll never bet against you, buddy. So Jordan Moore's going to be out there playing a wide receiver out there. So I'm going to go with the Bengals, and I'm going to take their points as well. I'm going to take their points. You're going to take the Bears, right? Is that what you said to me? The AI is taking the Bears with you. So it seems like cooler heads are going to prevail between the AI and Ethan with their more statistical, calm approach to life than mine.
Hey, we both went against them on the Panthers game, so that'll be a big game for us.
Yeah, really going against the AI here. It's really the humans against the AI here. Next one, we've got the Eagles going to the Patriots. Patriots are dogs, +2.5 on the Patriots. I'm taking the Patriots. Another home dog. I think the Eagles looked absolutely terrible. Their backups were horrible in that first preseason game. Patriots got another young team. They got a lot they got to play, a lot of things they got to iron out. And Mike Vrabel also holds a high standard over there. I'm not going against him in the slightest, not at home.
Who's getting points in this one?
The Patriots are +2.5.
Okay, I'll take the Patriots then.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see how the Eagles look. I'm interested to see how the Eagles look when they're not playing us.
Yeah. I'm curious to see if it's just us or maybe the Eagles just not doing well at coaching. The AI is going against us. It's taking the Eagles with the spread. Okay. So that's another big game for me and Ethan to mark on our calendars there because, the AI and us are enemies. Let's move along here. So we've got Chiefs at the Buccaneers. Buccaneers are 5.5-point favorites.
Oh, my.
That is blatantly too much. Buccaneers have got some issues going on in their team. It's not helpful when you can't have your starting quarterback in training camp because he's pissed at the front office. You can't have that, So I'm going to take the Chiefs because they also have Nussmeier back there playing quarterback most of the game. Garrett Nussmeier was a top 5 overall projected draft pick last year when he was in college. Yeah, he was at LSU. He had a bad half to a season, which led to him not getting drafted all that high. He's a great quarterback. I'm going to ride with Nussmeier and the Chiefs. I really think they're the better team here. Their defense is very good, and Andy Reid's always going to draw something up for the preseason. And they're going to have most of their starting defense playing in this game. I can almost guarantee it.
I will tag along with you.
I just think it's also too many points. So I'm going to take the Chiefs plus 5.5. The AI is going against us both and taking the Bucs. So we'll see how that goes there. So that's a couple games.
All right.
Moving on to our last 3 games. So we've got Cowboys at the Cardinals. Oh, Cowboys are -2.5-point favorites. I am going to take the Cardinals +2.5. Their QB situation is not solved. You've got Brissett down there and you got Carson Beck. They're both playing meaningful minutes. They got Jeremiah Love, who absolutely went nuts, and people are making him sound like he's Adrian Peterson in the last game. I don't know if he's quite there yet, but he is good. I don't see the Cardinals losing to that Cowboys team.
The Cardinals have Gardner Minshew, so I'll be taking the Cardinals.
They have 3 solid quarterbacks.
They scored 30 and 27 points so far. So they're scoring and moving the ball.
They're going to outscore it. I'm going to take Cardinals +2.5. The AI agrees with both of us, taking the Cardinals to at home, another home dog. It's always good to take home dogs, especially if you can. Last game is a game that I actually have a really controversial pick, but I don't know if it is really controversial or not. Seahawks are at the Titans.
Okay.
Titans are -4.5-point favorites. And the reason it is because the Titans, their entire team has to play. Let's be completely honest with you. I'm going to take the Seahawks because the Titans, I watched all of their offenses struggle to put the ball in the end zone last week over and over again.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take the Seahawks with the points because 4.5 points is too much. I think this is going to be a 3-point game. Not saying the Titans won't win, but I don't think the Seahawks lose by 5. I just don't see it happening.
Yeah, who was playing for the Seahawks last week? Let me go look at that real quick. Okay, Drew Lock, Jalen Milroe. Yeah, no, none of these quarterbacks surprise me. I'll just take the points. I agree with you.
Yeah, I'm taking the Seahawks points. AI disagrees with us, taking the Titans.
Okay.
So that is the first couple games. Now, of course, there is one game we have not talked about. This is a Ravens podcast, so I figured it would be last. And I did have this picket. So we are going to choose. Let's figure it out. Ravens at Vikings. Vikings are -3.5-point favorites. Now, we got to be a little unbiased here. Right? We have to be unbiased, right?
Hey.
I'm not going to be because I think the Ravens probably win by 20. This This is one of those games where I'm so confident the Ravens win by a lot, it's not even funny. We have the better quarterbacks. We have the better backups in general.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to have a problem. I'm taking the Ravens money line. I'm straight up to win. I assume you're probably in the similar boat.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Ravens. There's no reason for me not to take the Ravens as of this time. And we scored. We didn't let the Eagles score. I think I'm going to take the Ravens money line with you.
Yeah, and I'm going to also – the AI took the Ravens as well because they think the Vikings 3.5 is too many points.
Okay.
So at least the AI is on the right side on this.
Okay.
But that's our predictions for week 2 of preseason minus the games tonight. We're not going to predict those because that wouldn't be fair because by the time this gets published, it probably won't be in time. But that is coming to the close, I think, of our first podcast ever about the Ravens and also just a little bit of prediction here at the end. I think it went rather well. These videos are going to get a little better as they go as me and Ethan figure out exactly what we're doing because we're both amateurs and, let's be honest, have no clue what we're doing because we are just IT guys.
Another aspect of this show with these longer videos, which will be the tackling IT, like main videos, will be us talking about the Ravens, us talking about NFL, picks against AI, will be short videos. They'll be tackling IT themed where Thomas or myself discuss like need to know questions for internet usage, like public Wi-Fi, password security, things like that.
There's going to be lots of things on this channel. They're going to be posted. They're going to be more informative towards IT, cybersecurity, things that are going to be like how-to guides, things that you wish you could have known or things that you think are gatekept. Or you see all these big buzzwords put out in the news where people are like, yeah, you want to worry about this. I'm going to tell you how dangerous things actually are. Ethan's going to let you know how dangerous things really are, where things actually stand. We're going to try to give it to you in a simple term because we're both simple people. We're normal guys. We're not guys who have IT degrees. We both have business degrees. That's just what we are. Like, we're not going to be ones who are going to speak at you in ones and zeros. We're ones that can speak to you like a normal person would. And that's just kind of how we are. We're football guys. That's what we are. And so this podcast is a way for us to kind of show you more of the playful side of InfoPathways as a company and how much we do care about our local Baltimore Ravens. Anyways,
all right.
Ethan, I think that's the end of it. All right, see you guys.